Why did I choose GTA 5? I guess it was the
weather.
nostalgia. Or the,
Rain.
I don't know, that thing. That
That
magic. The first words spoken by Ned Luke, the actor for Michael from one of the greatest games to ever release, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now I can sit here and glaze the face of Rockstar North and their games, but I don't want to do that. I want to sit down, get real close to you, pour you a nice glass of cocoa, and indulge in a little bit of storytelling. Now listen here, little kitties. Get the hell out of here. This ain't your average Peter Griffin Fortnite Lego collab. This is where 10-year-old Ethan became a man, a legend even. It's crazy to think that I've been playing GTA since I was an actual child. Like, in many other countries, giving your 9-year-old kid GTA would sound like insanity. But in modern times, it's almost baked into the American culture to give your kid a copy of your favorite GTA. I mean, there's a reason why every person who makes a video on GTA copies the same line saying, "When I was a kid and I went into GameStop with my mom and dad, they said that this game has boobies and shooting, and my parents got angry." Like, I say copy, but it did really happen. I remember when I was 10 and they're talking about sex and shit, and my mom looks at me and I'm like, "Listen, lady, I just want to drive nice cars." And then as soon as I get home, I'm popping bottles, I'm in the club, you know how it'd be. I'd be throwing up dollar bills, virtual dollar bills, looking at virtual titties. Now, before I continue, I want to mention something. This isn't a deep overview of the story of GTA, not the gameplay of GTA, or the online of GTA, or any of that. This video is simply a short video going over the best parts, small things, and what GTA is. That being said, I do want to make a video going over all of GTA. I'm talking GTA San Andreas, I'm talking GTA 4 and GTA 5. The games I've played. I haven't really played GTA 3 or Vice City, and I'm not going to play the first two. So if you guys want to see a longer form, I'm talking 45 minutes to an hour long video of the entire story of GTA, GTA Online, indulge in some of the more complex gameplay mechanics that I don't really get into this video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll do that. Now, I can't go on talking about the legacy of this beautiful game without touching on the story. Now, before Dark Viper AU sees this video and calls me out, I'm not an expert on the story of GTA 5. I've played it through more times than I can count, but that's over the course of the decade this game's been out. I'm currently running through it again for the sake of this video, and let me tell you, I'm not going to be able to get done with it. Oh, also, the mods I'm using are in the link in the description. I have a fuck ton of mods, so if you're wondering why the game looks the way it does, it's because of that. So to summarize this game in the best possible way, we have this. GTA 5 starts with you playing as a past version of Michael and Trevor. They're the main characters. They're doing what's supposed to be an easy job of robbing a bank in a small town of North Yankton, which is in Canada somewhere. Due to Michael wanting to get out of the game, he made a plan with the FIB to kill Trevor, have Brad sent to prison, and then go into some sort of witness protection. Even though there's somebody who doesn't believe that that's the case, and there's actually a lot of proof that maybe Michael wasn't actually in witness protection this whole time. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that. It's going to be in the longer video where I can actually get into some crazy rumors. Years later, and you're technically playing as the main character. I say technically he's the main character because he's the only one that doesn't have an ending where he dies, and a lot of the events of this game only take place because of the beginning where he's trying to steal Jimmy's car, which leads to Michael fucking throwing him through that. He loses his job. He ends up coming here. He becomes close with Michael. All of this such. A lot of these only happen because of Franklin. To keep things even shorter than that, Franklin meets Michael, who, after meeting a few times, accidentally destroys property of a very rich and powerful man, who then makes Michael pay off the debt. After a heist, Michael sprouts the same line he's used years and years and years ago.
You forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
Which allows Trevor to realize that he's alive, thus leading him to Los Santos, thus leading to them meeting, blah, 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 blah. This isn't that type of video. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with an hour-long lecture on why the story is so good, but you best be downloading the game. That's all I'm saying. But buy it on Steam, download the game. It's a really good game. Let's back up from the story and look at something a little more fun. Do y'all like guns, cars, robbing banks? You know, little 10-year-old me like that shit. I mean, come on, open world games now might bore us veteran gamers, but imagine exploring Los Santos for the first time. Hell, even when I was 14 years old playing RDR2 when it came out, I spent the entire weekend playing that game, and every second felt like a completely new experience that I've never experienced in my entire life. The world and thus the gameplay of GTA 5 is perfection at the finest level. It takes something that was done well in GTA 4 and takes it to a completely new level. Let's start with GTA 5's weakest gameplay points and then move on to the best. This would include online, since I want to talk about that at its own points, and this isn't going to be an online video. If you want to see an online video, please in the comment section. Also, these aren't going to go in a complete order, so if it sounds like one is better than the other, one is worse than the other, it's just like the general bottom is going to be the first one, and then we're going to go up from there. I think the overall weakest part of GTA 5 single player is the physics. The gameplay's physics are ass. As a Chad 3-inch penis PC player, you probably won't notice since I've modded the game, but GTA 5 just doesn't have the best physics, mostly if you compare it to RDR1 and GTA 4, which came out years prior. From what I've heard, it was a hardware issue. You know, with GTA 4, the map wasn't as big, you know, the game didn't look as good. So having pretty much what is an AI calculate all that stuff just wasn't as taxing as when you threw it in GTA 5. That being said, Rockstar are quite the lazy poopers for not changing it in the Xbox One or PS4, the current gen hardware. I can understand if the game was just not work with those physics, like if you put those physics in the game and you kill somebody, it would just fucking break the game. I can understand that, but since they haven't said anything on the issue, we actually just really don't know. And the problem with the physics, from what I know, is it comes with the Rage Engine Euphoria Ragdoll physics, which uses an AI to calculate how a body part would react in a certain situation. And this pretty much made it so that they would maybe overreact a little bit, but the people being hit by a car or shot would react marginally more realistic than if you just had an animation play. GTA 4 pretty much took this. It still does use this physics engine, but it modified it to be more friendly, less AI based. So that's why you'll see less crazy realistic death. I mean, you'll see when somebody gets shot, it can seem pretty bland or basic sometimes. The reason I also assume that this is for hardware reasons, because if you look at RDR2, we get an even more advanced engine than RDR1 and GTA 4. So it shows that they're still somewhat interested in realistic ragdoll physics. Since we are looking at the GTA 5 in like a retrospective light, we have to look back at GTA 4, its predecessor. And with GTA 4, we have to look at a few things: the driving, the shooting, and the side content. These gameplay features all add up to make a really good game. So in a game like Grand Theft Auto, let's finally move on to the auto part of it. GTA 4 had annoyingly realistic driving. So while if you're up for a more realistic driving experience, I'd say GTA 4 wins here, but I'd overall think that GTA 5 has the better driving, simply because it's more fun. Where GTA 4 wins in the handling department, I actually think GTA 4 wins in the deformation of cars. The car damage in GTA 4 is really realistic, and that could mean, so you're driving super fast, you're driving like 80-90 miles per hour, and you hit into something, chances are you're not going to be driving that car for much longer. And I can understand why they made this change, because since they wanted to focus more on GTA Online, I can imagine if you are playing with like a group of people, all it takes is one person running into you just to troll you and your car is fucking destroyed. For example, imagine you're driving at like 130 miles per hour down the fucking street and your homie shoots your tire, you take a flip and your car turns into a sandwich. That's just depression. Speaking of shooting, how does GTA 5 hold up? Well, I mean, I personally love it. I don't think it's the best shooting we've ever gotten in a third-person video game at all. I do think it's really fun, though. I know I keep giving GTA 4 a little bit of the legacy pie, but I do think that the way health works in GTA 4 is, in my opinion, just better than GTA 5. You can shoot an NPC multiple times, and depending on that NPC's will to live, it might just get up and limp away. In 90% of the time in GTA 5, you shoot a head 2 times in the chest and they're down for the count. Now, I'd say that's more realistic, but it's just less fun. I do think that the overall shooting in GTA 5 is better. Aiming is easier, the way guns look, sound, and are able to be customized are just way better. I just wish NPCs had more health just to show off how good the guns are. Finally, I want to look at the GTA side content. Now, this one's going to be a bit short, but if you've played RDR2, chances are you've looked at all the side content. Hell, a lot of the side content could have been real story missions in RDR2 because they were that good. Some of the missions, you met characters that you ended up wanting to be a part of the main story, but obviously they're just side quests. GTA 5 also kind of has this. I just think it's done a little bit less. Obviously, the game was made 6 years, 7 years before RDR2, so obviously there's not going to be a crazy amount of detail in these stories, but I do think there are some story beats in the side missions that are actually really, really good. And it's, I think, in my opinion, enough to get you that 100% completion. That'll make you enjoy the game a lot more. Picture this. It's 2013 and GTA 5 just dropped. You buy the game and for the next week, you're playing the story to completion, grinding all the side content, buying garages, enjoying life. Then GTA 5 Online drops, and it sucks. The lack of stuff to do in old GTA Online is just sad. Remember that GTA O is also an MMO, and while it's very different from the MMO you might think of today, aka World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, it still really is. Now imagine that a new MMO came out and it didn't have anything but a few mounts, some classes, one race, and a few pieces of gear. That's pretty much what GTA Online was. Same content as GTA Story Mode, some game modes, that's about it. People were quickly climbing to the top and running out of things to buy, making the game just a fucking bore. Without any heist, very few high quality goods to buy and put money sinks into the game, GTA Online was dead on arrival. Until it wasn't. Free DLC after free DLC, things become more expensive, yes, but on the other hand, tons of new cars, missions, heists, wow! GTA Online cemented itself in the MMO world, not even that, but the gaming world. It was fun. People enjoyed the content it was dropping, and while it still to this day has flaws, the game is fun. And if you're playing with friends, a lot of these problems just you won't even think of because you're having so much fun. Now, like I said before, I'm not going to go super in depth on the history of GTA Online, mostly when it's not even over yet. Once GTA 5 gets a little closer, I do kind of want to make a more in-depth video, but as the game still probably has 1 or 2 giant updates in it, I don't want to put that in now. Fun fact, Japanese people love breaking the status quo, so instead of saying GTA like the rest of us, making it easy, they say gurasefu. I don't know, that was just a little bit of a fun little factoid. You can put that in the comment section below. GTA 5 is on its way out the door. With GTA 6 confirmed for 2025, I expect that mid-2024 up until 2025 will be filled with GTA 6 promotion. During that, GTA 5 will skyrocket. New players are going to want to see what came before. Returning players are going to want to catch up on their favorite series. And the people like me, who continued playing the game for 10 years on and off, will sit back with a smile on our face and rejoice that people are still interested in Grand Theft Auto 5. Ah, son of a bitch. I'm gonna set this for a minute.